Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Cynthia Afrani from class 6C. Okay, this section I want to explain about developing strategic L2 readers by reading for authentic purposes by Anne M. Ediger. Okay, first, introduction. Learning to read is a type of problem solving and has often been described in this way. Presley et al. 1992, researchers of reading in both first and second language, L1 or L2, have known for many years now that good readers become strategic in their attempts to make sense of text, and over the years, a great deal of research has focused on identifying which strategies they use, which ones are most effective, how skilled readers use them, and finally, whether such strategies are then teachable to developing readers. Next, about reading strategies. Strategic reading is a prime characteristic of expert readers because it is woven into the very fabric of reading for meaning and the development of this cognitive ability. Next, reading in L2 classroom. The reason for reading is to learn to read. The failure to provide real purposes for reading suggests that in isolated L2 reading classes, for example, ones in which students are not reading to write. Students are not reading to merely practicing reading. This reading practice is evident in reading selections and in pedagogical focuses in L2 reading classroom. And then, next, how do good readers use reading strategies? Okay, the most important details are that readers are aware of their purposes for reading, tailor their strategies to fit the task, overview a text, use strategies in hierarchies, know and utilize multiple strategies, integrate and orchestrate their use in relation in each other, and make use of prior knowledge to help them make sense of what they read. Next, the importance of reading for a purpose. In natural reading context, proficient and even less skilled readers reading for a real world purpose not only scan or chunk for their own purposes, but they also choose to privilege either main ideas or details of a text, again depending on their purpose in reading. In a given text read by a specific reader in a real world context, the main idea may or may not be significant. The reader may return only a striking image or line of seasoning, or even, as is often the case with academic readers, only citation or reference to another text. But if the purpose for reading a text is to practice reading, then students have to basis on which to privilege main ideas or details. Okay, next, fostering effective reading strategy instruction. The most important details in this texts are that teachers should focus on establishing a purpose for reading, extend over time, be multi-componential, be different for different learners, involve explicit explanation or modeling of strategies, help students understand when and where to use strategies, monitor how they are doing in their strategy use, include specific information about the benefits of the strategies being taught, and then teach strategy use in context integrated in the curriculum, and teach student non-strategic knowledge along with the strategies knowledge on which their strategy use of often depends. Okay, next, for the last, using purposeful reading to develop strategic ELT readers. First, integrate purpose into the overall curriculum designs. And for the first, collect a variety of materials in different genres around a single topic or theme. For the example, developing a multicultural identity. Second, explore or develop collections or news articles on a single subject. For the example, the war in Iraq. Third, select a longer novel, non-fiction book, or other extended text that will involve students in reading on a single subject for multiple class sessions over the extended period of time. Fourth, depending on the context, subject, and text selected, consider including at least one text that is only marginally relevant, so that at some point students must evaluate it whether reading it will help them achieve their purpose. Next, begin each lesson with purpose, and then teach students to regulate their strategies for achieving specific purposes, and then help students access their world knowledge, and for the last, build students' vocabulary recognition through multiple exposures. Okay, I think that's all for this section, and thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.